Hello, Divine Feminine. It is time for the Karmic Partner reading today. Sundays are the readings that we do for insight into our Divine Masculine and their Karmic partner, their Karmic situation. For those of you who have a Divine Masculine that is currently with a Karmic partner, or for those of you who have a Divine Masculine that seems to be seeking or involving themselves in karmic situations with other people over their relationship with you. Most of us experience it this way. Our Divine Masculine seems to 99% of the time be in another relationship, or in a marriage, or they're somehow still very much entangled with a karmic partner. Sometimes they're already divorced from this karmic partner. Sometimes they've already broken up. Maybe it's a new budding relationship that started either before or after you met them. But either way, there is a karmic that somehow ends up being involved in the relationship. And so, some people refer to that as like a third party situation, right? I don't really like calling it a third party because it doesn't describe what happens in the twin flame relationship very well, because it's not like a normal relationship, right? What you've got going on with your Divine Masculine is something very, very different than a normal romantic relationship. So our first card, since this just popped out, we're going to jump into it right now. This first card is a representation of their feelings for you. Okay, so we're going to start out with your Divine Masculine's feelings for you, Divine Feminine. And with this, we have Page of Wands. So with Page of Wands, their feeling toward you is that there's something new. There's something about the relationship with you that makes them feel creative and like there's something new, something that they can. It's waking up a part of them that maybe they didn't even realize completely existed within them. They're not seeing the world through the same lens that they were before. It's clearer, it's brighter, yet at the same time, it brings up a lot of confusion for them. So there's an excitement because of feeling like there's like a renewal or like something that's happened within them that is bringing back a spark. Yet at the same time, there's something about the whole process of it that makes them feel a little confused, because it starts to maybe knock down some of the walls that they've had before, some of the patterns that they had before they met you. And that part of it can be a little bit uncomfortable. So there may be kind of a back and forth feeling that they have toward you, where they're drawn to you, yet at the same time, they also feel like they need to like take time away because it's a little overwhelming for them. Okay, so this is their energy toward you right now. So this next card is their energy and their feeling toward the karmic. Okay, we're going to look at why they're keeping this person around, what the connection is with them, why they feel that this person is something that they have a difficult time letting go of, why they feel so entangled, I guess you could say, with it. And so for this one, we have Three of Cups, but in reverse. So with Three of Cups in reverse, there's a feeling of this person is easy to kind of remain at a surface level with. They fulfill the surface needs of your Divine Masculine. So maybe they've grown up thinking of the world a certain way and that their partner needs to look, act, and behave a certain way in order for them to have a successful relationship. And this person, when they met them, or even maybe the person that they're kind of looking for, seems to check off all these boxes, but it's all on a surface level. It doesn't go very deep. And the problem with that is that that's why there's like divorce is so prevalent in the world that we live in these days, because we are conditioned to think a certain way about our partners. And so we're choosing based upon that roadmap, but it's not really coming from an authentic place, and it's not a place of true connection. And so even though they feel connected to this person, they also feel they don't feel it at a deep level. There's not like a spiritual connection. There's not a true intimate romantic, I don't care what you look like, how you act, how you, like I don't care about your mistakes. That they do care about those things with this person. And so they've kind of got some unrealistic expectations, because this person, they're seeing them as almost someone who needs to come in and fulfill their needs. It's not a true connection, right? A true connection is like reciprocated. It's a back and forth thing. You love them for better, for worse. This person matches your energy, and so there's no trying needed. You can be 100% your authentic self. They can be 100% their authentic self, and that connection transcends all of this mortal stuff that we're dealing with. But this relationship is all about the mortal stuff. And that's because it's a karmic relationship. That's how karmic relationships work. Okay, so this is not like, this is never set up for long term. Karmic situations. Now, defining long term, of course, is difficult because, someone could look at a long term relationship as being a year, another person might say 20 years. Either way, it's got an ending date on it, right? Whereas a true connection transcends space and time. It transcends all the mortal expectations of this world. And this person right now is fulfilling just that aspect. And that's because your divine masculine is just starting out in their awakening process, just like you, but the divine masculine experiences it very differently than you do, divine feminine. It is not going to look the same, and they are not going to respond in the same way. So what is it that your divine masculine wants from you currently in the connection that they have with you? Because the connection that they have with you, they know, and it's kind of knocked them off balance, goes much, much deeper than, but they don't know how to define it, because this is all they've known. And this is taking them above and beyond into the unknown, into a realm that they never anticipated. So that's why it's beautiful, yet at the same time, it can also be terrifying for your divine masculine. So toward you right now, their expectations, we have Six of Cups in reverse. They are still trying to maybe impose some of these unrealistic expectations that they've done the same thing to the karmic with onto you. They're trying to maybe still put this spiritual experience into a box with you. And they are trying to make you fit the mold. And it's because they don't, that's all they know. That's all they've known. That this is all reactive behavior. This is all pre-conditioned behavior. We all have it. So your divine masculine is not different than anyone else. They just have not transcended that yet. And so they're trying to put you into that same box that is just, it's not gonna work, right? It's not gonna, oops, this goes here. It's not gonna work for you, divine feminine, because the relationship, because that's where like a lot of this polarity like happens between you and your divine masculine in the early stages, because inner balance hasn't taken place yet. And this relationship cannot sustain any kind of lower vibrational false, like frequency and energy. There's balance and harmony. This is about a spiritual awakening and an elevation in consciousness. And so anything that's beyond that is automatically going to create that polarity between the two of you, because it's not conducive to where the twin flame journey is supposed to take you, which is inner union. It's going to show you, this is why the twin flame journey is what it is. It's going to show you all the areas that you're out of balance, and it's going to show them all the areas that they're out of balance. And the karmic relationships are there to kind of aid us in discovering that about ourselves, those aspects of ourselves that need to be let go of and released. So this next card is, what is it that your divine masculine is looking for in the other person? In this other person. All right. For this, we have Two of Swords in reverse. So with Two of Swords in reverse, there is confusion, a little bit of overload. They feel like they need to compromise. They're probably projecting a lot of this onto the other person, and they're expecting the other person to resolve their confusion or placate their confusion. They're trying to get this other person to make decisions for them. So they're placing responsibility and blame outside of themselves. And they want this other person to kind of conform and compromise to what it is that they want. So there's some selfishness, I would say, toward this karmic partner, and probably it's being mirrored precisely and accurately back to your divine masculine. This other person is probably very controlling and has expectations of your divine masculine that are not really in your divine masculine's best interest. It's more about them getting what they want. That like attracts like, right? So they are both in a place right now where they are attracting each other because of the fact that they're both very much out of alignment. And they're going to need to take a serious look at some of those things within themselves. Okay. They're going to mirror that for each other, which is going to make it. The thing about the karmic partner is we kind of don't like them in the beginning, right? Like we're just like, oh, the karmic, yuck. We feel like they're in the way. But if we elevate in our consciousness and our awareness, and we tune into the soul, we see things from a soul perspective, which is what you are, which is where your real twin is, that higher being within yourself. That is your true twin flame, right? Two bodies, one soul. You are the soul. Okay, you are the soul. And so if we elevate ourselves to that, then we can see that the karmic partner is only there to serve a purpose, right? They're not bad. They're there to serve a purpose in your divine masculine's awakening and yours as well. Okay, even though they're attached to the divine masculine, your soul knows what it's doing. Okay, and it knows what its soul contracts are. It knows what it's out there doing, why it's doing it, what it's doing. And so there is a valuable purpose. And if we can change our outlook on it and recognize that there is value and purpose in it, we can let go of what's going on with the divine masculine, transcend that, and really go within and focus on our journey and make that our number one. That's when everything shifts in our relationship with our divine masculine, because that's what we're meant to do. That's the purpose of it. And until we do that, we're going to feel a lot of suffering and pain. That's just the way that it works. Once we go within and embrace what we're supposed to embrace, which is the true twin within, the soul within us, everything else falls into place as it's meant to. Okay. The next 3 months. What are the next 3 months going to look like for you and your divine masculine? Queen of Swords. So we have honesty is going to be coming out. Like, not just kind of honest or sort of being straightforward, like some pretty serious honesty. So your divine masculine at some point in time could contact you with some confessions of feelings and emotions, maybe that they've been kind of hiding because they feel like they shouldn't share. Maybe they've got some things to admit to you about why they've behaved the way that they've behaved. that have been confusing to you because you've not understood the reasoning behind it. Things on a 3D level can be very confusing if we don't understand what's going on behind the scenes. So I think your divine masculine is going to come through with some revelation about what's been going on in their on the mental plane for them as to why they've been doing what they've been doing. So you can expect to run into them, to have a phone call, or if you're in kind of back and forth contact now already and you haven't been ghosted, you can expect that they're probably going to still come to you much more authentically than they have in the past. And that's going to be a moment of leveling up for both of you. Okay, you're going to experience several of those kinds of things with your divine masculine along the path, not just one or two. It'll be many, many moments like that, but you can expect something like that within the next 3 months from your divine masculine. Now, what does the next 3 months hold for them and their karmic partner? Okay, the karmic. For this, we have 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so 7 of Cups, the illusion ends, right? This card basically says the illusion ends. Clarity, there's going to be a sense of like, okay, I know the real deal. I know what's really going on. I see this person for what they really are. I see myself in this relationship for what it really is. Kind of a revelation of why they're in it is going to take place. They're going to see that it's kind of for growth. And they're also going to see that maybe it's not exactly what they thought it was. They will have a respect for it though. Okay. So whatever it is, so whether it's that they've been married and they're kind of realizing that maybe this isn't the marriage that they're meant to stay in, or maybe they're going to just sort of see in the marriage that things have gotten to where they've gotten to for specific reasons, and they're going to see their own accountability in that, not just the other person. They're going to stop blaming so much and start taking self-responsibility, which is very important for their inner growth. We want this for our divine masculine. We want them to see those areas within themselves where they've created a world around them that they didn't want. Why? So that they can turn around and fix those things and create the world that they do want. Because when they do that, that's when inner union starts to take place. And outer union can't happen until inner union happens, right? Inner union is what makes all of that come to pass. And so your divine masculine going through this process of clarity and, transformation and restoration of their true authentic self is just the soul coming out from within the divine masculine, just like it is within the divine feminine. All right, so the communication over the next several months, what is that going to look like for you and your divine masculine? Will there be a lot of communication, a little communication? For this, we have Knight of Swords. So, lifestyle change. Because of the fact that there's so many changes going on right now, there may be fractured communication. And that's only because both you and your divine masculine are going through massive inner transformations. And so when we go through massive inner transformation, since it's the inner world that creates the outer world, or you could say since it's the unseen that creates the seen, when we go through changes in the unseen world, which is the inner aspects of ourself, we're definitely going to see a lot of changes in the seen world or the outside world. So the fact that there's going to be so many 3D changes happening, there could be some fractured communication. It could be, just like it's not going to be consistent on a daily basis. It could be a week goes by, it could be a month goes by, it could be maybe even longer. Maybe they'll just be like a series of like short text messages. Yeah, everything's good. Maybe they're not going to want to really explain everything, but you are going to have that moment of clarity where a lot of this, of what this card is showing, is going to come to the surface and be spoken about openly with you and your divine masculine. So that's a great thing for you and your divine masculine. We're going to see a great big conversation happen at some point in time, but before that, you might see some sporadic back and forth conversation between the two of you. Will this other person be remaining in your divine masculine's life for very long? Are they going to let this other person go? Are they going to keep this other person? What is going to, like, kind of where do they stand emotionally and mentally right now as far as keeping this relationship around? And for this, sorry, I feel like I had two cards. For this, we have the Star in reverse. So they are going to experience a very low period of time. What this shows me is that they're going to have a kind of distancing taking place between them and their karmic partner. This is something that isn't going to stand the test of time, which karmic partners, they're not meant to, right? They're very valuable souls, right? They're extraordinary teachers in our journey. They're never meant to be disrespected by us or the divine masculine. Even though sometimes disrespect is there, that's part of the lesson. But that's the personal journeys that we are all on. When we can hold in reverence a perspective that all souls are valuable and all souls that we encounter on our path teach us something. They're all our teachers, whether they come in a positive way or in a negative way. They're all of our teachers, and we are teachers to them as well, and that we are all valuable. We all hold a place in each other's play of life, right? We're just characters teaching each other in this play of life. We can look at the karmic partner through that lens and realize that they're teaching something important to our divine masculine, or even our karmic partners that are teaching something important to us. But this relationship is going to go through a period of time where it's going to kind of start to show that it's crumbling and breaking down. And that is going to ignite a feeling of sadness and, kind of like desperation in your divine masculine. It's going to hurt. It's not going to be easy. They do have an attachment and some invested emotional interest in this, which just shows that your divine masculine has good character, right? They're not, even though it's been a surface level relationship, it wasn't their intention, right? Their intention is to have a strong, truly passionate, real relationship. But karmic partners show us where we're not in tune with that yet, so that we can become in tune with that. And so this relationship is definitely not going to last. It's not going to stick around for a long, long time. It's already showing signs of, breakup. There's been a lot of issues arising that are pointing toward a breakup. So this next card is, what is your divine masculine feeling as far as their connection to you? Are they feeling like on a 3D level, like how are they feeling toward you, right? This card, or this one, I'm not as particularly fond of, only because I don't want it to throw you off, divine feminine, because the part of this relationship that's important is transcending the 3D, right? And going into that 5D, that fifth dimensional, higher level of thinking and higher level of consciousness. And so this question is 3D based. right? And I don't really want you to be 3D based. I want you to go into that higher elevated consciousness. But a lot of us early on in our journeys have this question. So I don't mind it being in here as part of my reading. But I want you to understand that this journey is teaching you to be a conscious creator. And so this card that comes up, it has a frequency, it has an energy, and you can accept it or you can say no to it. Okay, go into it thinking that, like, if this isn't the outcome that you want in life, then transcend it. But what I really want you to focus on is not so much the divine masculine, that in order for me to be happy and in order for me to fulfill whatever it is that I need to fulfill, that I have to have my divine masculine be a certain way. That is a karmic way of thinking. That is not fifth dimensional thinking. Okay, it is a trap that twin flames fall into all the time. And sometimes for long periods of time. What I want you to do instead is ascend out of that and recognize that your true twin flame is within you, the soul. That you are the soul. You have two bodies and you are the soul, the one soul. You have two bodies. You are the one soul. You are not two souls. You are one soul. I have a body that has two hands. My body is a representation of duality. My brain has a left and a right hemisphere. I have two eyes, a left and a right eye, two lungs, twins, right? My body is a twin image, one side to the other, but it's one body. And even though my two hands can be having different experiences, right? One of them's holding cards, the other one's holding a crystal. This one can't feel cards, this one can't feel the crystal, but my body feels these experiences happening simultaneously at the same time. Your soul is experiencing you, this body that you are in, and the other body simultaneously as one experience. Okay, so this card just flew out. This is your divine masculine's perspective toward a relationship with you. Okay, so we have Ace of Cups. This is a beautiful card. They do see you as somebody in this world who they could have a very true, deep, intimate, fulfilling, loving connection with. They don't feel ready for it yet, which is why they run back to the familiar. But they see this. They saw it with you, just like you saw it with them. This was not something that they didn't experience. Your divine masculine experienced the connection just as intensely as you did. You know it, which is why you're so baffled and confused when they run away. They felt it and they still feel it. But they know that they are not, they're also scared of it. They're not quite ready. They don't know if they can handle, they have a lot of mind stuff that has kicked in, that is just an illusion. But they've got to go through the process of figuring that out and letting go of all of those blocks in order to be able to allow this type of relationship in their life. So yes, they do see you as someone that they could very much connect with in that way. They always have seen you as that. Okay, that has not changed for them. Even though their actions may not seem like they're in alignment with that, probably because they're not. But that's because of all of the mind stuff that they've got to figure out. And so when their actions and their emotions and their mind are all in alignment with the soul, that's when everything will change. And you don't have to worry about how they're doing it, when it's going to happen, or anything like that. You just connect to the soul on your own. You just worry about you in that way, and trust and have faith That the same soul that's holding you up and guiding you is the same one that's holding them up and guiding them. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about how it's going to happen or when it's going to happen. Just know that it will happen when it's meant to and how it's meant to. All right. What is the outcome for the karmic situation? What is going to be the final outcome? And for this, we have Two of Cups, which is there's going to be a realization that, like, there's going to come a choice for your divine masculine. Do we commit? Do we move forward even though this doesn't feel quite right and the way that it's supposed to? Do we just do it and move forward and make it happen and push our way through it? Or do we break up and let go? And I think that your divine masculine's need for a true and real connection, and having felt that with you, is going to prevent them from being able to make any kind of real commitment to their karmic partner, because this is what they truly want. And this isn't what the karmic partner is showing them, but they're going to really look at it. They're going to look at it. Can this person fit this mold? Can this person make this happen in my life? And can I make it happen in their life? And ultimately, they're going to realize that it cannot, because it's not meant to last beyond the lesson that it's teaching them. And that lesson is, so the lesson is what you don't want, okay? It's just as important to know what you don't want as it is to know what you do want. It helps us to refine what it is that we really want, okay? It helps us to know that. That's how we can hone in and refine ourselves and really hit the target in our lives, is by knowing what we don't want, what to avoid. And those are the karmic lessons that we learn. So your outcome with your divine masculine. This is our final card. If you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. It really means a lot to us. We just hit 2,000. We're super excited about it. And we couldn't have done that without all of you guys. So thank you so much for supporting our channel. We love you guys and we're extraordinarily grateful. We want to help as many twin flames as we possibly can. And also, if you guys are interested in personal tarot readings, one-on-ones, or group call memberships, we have all of that information listed in the description box below. We want to help support you guys on your journey and give you all the resources, knowledge, and information that have taken us years to find, to kind of help you guys kind of skip some of that and get that shortcut. So toward you, divine feminine, the outcome is the Sun, which is material happiness, joyous outcome, success in your endeavors, okay? Reality creation. This is the Sun within you, is the soul. Okay, this is union. This is that internal connection to the true twin flame within you. Okay, what you're experiencing here is a manifestation. It's not the source. The manifestation comes from the source, but it is not the source. You and your divine masculine are discovering that source again, and that is where the two of you are infinitely and have always been infinitely connected. This is the ascension. This is union. So I'm just going to leave it at that. That is a beautiful reading today, I think. I love it for you guys. I'm going to get you an oracle card from my Oracle of the Seven Energies. This is a good one for this because you guys are ascending and you're raising the vibration within you through the 7 chakras, moving toward enlightenment. See, this is also enlightenment right here, the sun at the crown. Okay, this is enlightenment. This is reaching those higher heavenly realms. This is the purpose of meeting your twin flame. Waking you up, transcending this world, going from being the caterpillar to becoming the butterfly. And all right, so into me I see. Number 8, into me I see. Let's get you guys your numerology number for today. "22. All right. 2, 2, 4, or 22. Okay. That might mean something to you. Into me I see. Key concepts: intimacy, trust in another, dropping shields and rigid boundaries to allow connection, the willingness to be vulnerable. At certain precious moments, you're called into a deep and meaningful connection with the world or another person. A magical affinity arises with the kind of intimacy that in turn encourages a greater understanding of yourself." Well, if this isn't a twin flame relationship, I don't know what else would be. "The relationship acts as a mirror, helping you see your own patterns. What it reflects about you can further your own personal evolution." It's also the kind of the stuff that we experience with our karmics, right? "Now is the time to take a risk by connecting with another. You can see how far you've come. Can you see what is still active within you that needs to change or heal? You will discover more about who you are as you discover more about another. Even if you cannot possibly know what it's truly like to be in someone else's shoes, you can listen and learn. This is a magical gift being offered to you right now. This concept applies beyond romantic connection. What do the dynamics in your closest friendships, work relationships, and family say about you? Relationships are extraordinary opportunities for healing. When predicated on honesty and caring, they have a great impact on how you contribute to the world. Intimate relationships hold up a mirror of truth and reveal more treasures than you might think or ever expect. If you can look into it, take a risk and see everything as beautiful, even in its imperfections. Imagine how deep you could go." This card really does talk a lot about what we spoke about in this reading. Your divine masculine is learning from this karmic relationship valuable and important lessons for the soul, which is where you guys are connected. And so a patience and a deep understanding and just an allowing of that will serve you well. And it'll give you the time to go within and look at the things within you, divine feminine, that need to be looked at and dealt with and transcended and released and let go of. When we're focusing so much on what's going on with our divine masculine and thinking that we need to get them back in order to be able to ascend, we are giving our power away and we are being distracted by something outside of ourselves, which is the opposite of what this twin flame journey is about. It's about going within and connecting to the true source, the true inner compass, the one that really truly is guiding you through all of this and letting go of all the outside attachments. That's when true fulfillment comes. When you reach enlightenment, and look, this is another thing of enlightenment right here. When you reach that enlightenment, you need nothing because you realize that you already are everything. Nothing is, you're living it from a place of abundance rather than lack and fear. And there is a process that goes into this. It's not something that happens overnight. This is something that we would love to have the opportunity to help guide you through. So again, if you're interested, check us out in the description box below. Otherwise, until then, we will see you on our next reading, which will be on Tuesday. Take care, everybody. I love you. Bye. Have a wonderful weekend.